Hey everybody, this is your podcast 1 plus 1 makes 2. And we are lucky, that's right, just plain lucky, that Mother Nature is with us today. Mother Nature, as we all know, is the mother of all mothers. She is the originator, the creator of every life form residing on her surface, from a one-cell paramecium to a great white whale, from a one-cell bacterium to a giant sequoia tree. We, they, hey, we are all her offspring. Please join me now, according her with the homage, respect, and gratitude she so richly deserves, knowing that without the balance she has evolved, some, most, or who knows all of life will perish.
Thank you for the intro, Bob. Listeners, let me tell you why I solely appear on the podcast 1 plus 1 makes 2, personified sometimes as a woman, a tree, or whatever life form I might. Well, it is the bond the podcast has with me, the podcast's acknowledgement of the balance which I have evolved is necessary for your and your fellow offspring's survival. I come here for the truth, the information, and the impactful topics which are discussed. Also, it's nice to know that the podcast has a balance of its own, playful mirth and somber logic. Overall, listeners, 1 plus 1 makes 2 is best described as gonzo fab. There's more. I've come here because of you, the listeners, for the caring that your heart and soul has given to me. I am certain your caring is manifested each day by your behavior and the decisions you make which guide your life.
Gosh, Mother Nature, it sure is nice being part of a Gonzo Fab podcast. Golly, receiving super hoopla from our mother of all mothers has injected me with a super gyro glee.
Not a standard reply, Bob, but thank you nonetheless.
Well, listeners, I'm really eager now to discuss today's topic, which is, if we may first have a drum roll, overpopulation of the human species. Common sense tells us that there are, in general, no benefits, no advantages to overpopulation. The term itself, overpopulation, implies negative consequences caused by too many humans. So let's think positive then. With a list of positive attributes, a smaller human population can give individuals, families, regions, nations, and the world. First on the list, a reduction in atmospheric carbon dioxide. Listeners, this is the eureka epiphanic moment, for the level of atmospheric carbon dioxide is the determinant factor for life as we know it, or as we wish we knew it. For by decreasing the level of atmospheric carbon dioxide, we are rewarded with the following: more fertile land, which provides more trees, bushes, and grass, flowers, fruits, and vegetables, and more oxygen. All this, in turn, creates larger populations of birds, fish, mammals, as well as a cooler climate with more rain and less drought. Decreasing the human population also has benefits which are not related to the CO2 level of the atmosphere. A smaller population gives more opportunities to women and minority groups. And economically, a smaller population raises the productivity and wages of individuals. Lastly, realistically, fewer people will have fewer demands on a nation's infrastructure. Thus, it becomes easier for a country to maintain and improve all facets of infrastructure if its population is decreasing. By the way, listeners, the word infrastructure includes transportation systems, communication networks, water, sewage, and educational system. Well, here at 1 plus 1 makes 2, we always look at both sides of every coin. So here is the other side. Nations with rampant population growth will suffer the following negative consequences: food shortage, less educational attainment, troubled economies with lower wages and higher unemployment, less land on which to grow food crops, less land for forests which cool the earth, retain moisture in the soil, and cool and clean the atmosphere. Also, overpopulated countries are more likely to have civil wars and political unrest. Now, listeners, I have asked over 20 friends and acquaintances the simple question, what is the number one cause of climate change? Not one person has answered overpopulation. I blame the media with their need to protect political, business, religious, family, and educational creeds, beliefs, and agendas. I blame the media for withholding this vital, necessary information that overpopulation is the number one cause of climate change.
Hey, listeners, survival is in the balance. That is my balance. And my balance is your balance. I mean, they really need to be the same thing, you know. Hey, Bobby Bino, New Zealand now, you ready to tell them the second biggest, highest, impactful, significant cause of climate change?
Not sure I'm Zealand to tell them, Mother Nature, but I am sure our listeners need to know. Once again, the media is intentionally neglectful, choosing to misprioritize, misinform their audience. Here goes, listeners. The number 2 reason for climate change is...
Wait, Bobby Bino.
What is it, Mother Nature?
It is best to ring now a bell of alarm due to the alarming nature of...
Okay. Shall you say it, or do you want me to tell the listeners?
I don't know. Shall we flip a coin?
All right, hold on. Let me get one out of my pocket. I appreciate a coin toss chance of announcing a cause of such significant impact.
Bob, you're wasting studio time.
Right on, Mother Nature. Well, I don't have any change in my pocket, but I found I got a bolt, a nut, and a washer.
Great, Bob. Let's use the washer like a coin. Quick, get a magic marker and put a H for head on one side and T for tail on the other, and hurry and toss the damn thing while I call it.
Please, Mother Nature, people are listening.
For your sake, you better hope so. Ready? Heads.
Heads it is.
Capitalism!
Time to ring the alarm bell. Ring it for us, Danny. Ring it. My, that was stimulating. Well, here, listeners, here's the definition of capitalism. An economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit. I confess, listeners, as many times as I've heard the word capitalism stated, I never knew its definition. Well, now that we know the definition of capitalism, let's combine our exorbitant population with the perceived profits required by capitalism. Voila! Their sum total equals unrestrained climate change. Unfortunately, there are no laws worldwide which limit human population. But there are some laws which limit capitalistic degradation of our environment. Nonetheless, scientists tell us that these laws are insufficient. Such is the scientific assessment of our ineptability to halt climate change. But really, listeners, we all know the drill. As individuals, we can spearhead decreasing our population by means of intelligent birth control, and we can limit the environmental and economic dangers of capitalism by voting only for politicians who embrace and enact a scientific agenda. It's that simple. And it's that necessary. So what do you say we all get with the program?
Whizzle, whizzle, Bob. You sure got your megaphone and pom-poms out for this one.
Grit your teeth and smile, Mother Nature. And now, listeners, let us share the following jubilant analogy that a pristine waterfall is merely a bunch of droplets working together. Time to go. Love you, Mother Nature. Be smart. Be strong, everyone. See you next time